One day, I found myself in the middle of a strange forest. The trees were tall and twisted, their branches reaching out like gnarled fingers. As I walked deeper into the woods, I noticed something odd. The air felt different somehow. It was thick with humidity and there was a faint smell of rotting leaves. Suddenly, I heard a rustling sound coming from behind me. Turning around, I saw a group of monkeys swinging from tree branch to tree branch above my head. They looked at me curiously before continuing their routine. As I continued through the forest, I stumbled upon a small stream running alongside it. There, sitting by the water's edge, was a man dressed in ragged clothes. He had a long beard and piercing blue eyes that seemed to stare straight into my soul. "Who are you?" he asked, his voice deep and gravelly. I hesitated for a moment, unsure if I should answer him truthfully or lie. But then, I remembered why I was even in this place, to find adventure. So, I told him the truth. The man smiled knowingly. "Ah, yes," he said. "Adventure is what we all seek." And with that, he stood up and beckoned me to follow him further down the path. We walked for hours until we came across a clearing filled with wildflowers. In the center of the field sat a large stone altar covered in intricate carvings. On top of the altar lay a glowing crystal orb. Without hesitation, the man motioned for me to approach. Taking a step forward, I reached out and touched the surface of the crystal. A blinding light shot forth from within, illuminating everything around us. When the light faded, I found myself standing in a vast underground chamber. The walls were lined with shimmering crystals, casting rainbow-colored reflections onto the floor below. In the center of the room stood a massive throne made of pure gold. Sitting atop the throne was a figure shrouded in darkness. Slowly, the figure began to emerge from its hiding place, revealing itself to be none other than Merlin himself. Merlin spoke softly but firmly. "You have been chosen, young one. You must take this crystal and use its power wisely." With those words, he handed me the crystal and disappeared back into the shadows. And so, I left the underground chamber feeling both awestruck and terrified. What had just happened? Was it real? Or simply a dream? All I knew was that I would never forget the adventure I had experienced in that magical forest.